Level 80, Sleep Now and Sapphire. Information relating to the weapon project has been uncovered and your allies prepare to depart for distant lands. Accept. I'm afraid we haven't much in the way of information to share from the front line. We have, however, received word that Gaius wishes to speak with you at Alliance headquarters. Arrange an escort to take you to headquarters, so when you're ready to depart, speak with the fellow over there. Ready to head out? Good, you're here. Ironworks have completed their analysis of the Ruby weapon and Sid Garland wishes to share his findings. I take it you can spare a few moments? Very good, please wait here while I inform him of your arrival. Glad you could make it. I'm sure you're as anxious as anyone to hear what we've uncovered. Our early hypotheses were proven correct. The Garleans have designed a system whereby a pilot's consciousness can be forcibly supplanted with data based on the memories and experience of another. So even a rank amateur could obtain the combat capabilities of a seasoned warrior? Precisely, and we learned how this was made possible when we opened the cockpit. The monitors were still operational, and among the messages displayed, one particular phrase caught my attention: synthetic aura sight system. Which is what exactly? Well, the core of the Ultima weapon was referred to as the Heart of Sabik by the Ascians. We believe it to have been a type of auracite. Can't say much for the synthetic sort at this stage, but I've encountered real auracite before. It was extremely potent, perhaps equal in power to the Heart of Sabik. It's unclear whether the Garlean simulacrum possesses the same properties as genuine auracite, but I intend to follow this avenue of inquiry to see where it leads. But what we do know is that it was used to implant the combat data of Nail Van Darnus into the pilot, who has been presumed dead since before the calamity. Are you any closer to discovering how they were able to retrieve this data? The link didn't occur to Gaius at first, but he later told me of devices fitted to the Magitech armor of the Empire's high-ranking officers. There is reason to believe they were designed to emulate the soul crystals used throughout Eorzea. Yes, that was rumored to be its true purpose, but it was never publicly acknowledged. Perhaps those in the upper echelons of command wanted to avoid comparisons to the so-called savages they were meant to be conquering. There's also the question of whether this system even functions as intended. From what we've seen, we can assume they were successful in gathering combat data of those wearing armor equipped with the device. If the comparison with soul crystals is valid, perhaps this data was transferred via ether. However, it seems that it extracted not only memories relating to combat, but the soldier's very essence. As you saw, the pilot succumbed entirely to the will of Van Darnus. So this is merely supposition. It's possible that being fused with the Ruby weapon's core accelerated the process and caused the deceased Legatus to manifest in corporeal form. Could it be that the death of the pilot was caused by the system malfunctioning? It's hard to say. The Ruby weapon itself was still largely intact when it deactivated, which strongly implies that it was the synthetic auracite running amok that killed her, rather than the damage incurred during the battle. But even after our analysis, I'm afraid we still don't have enough information. For now, perhaps we should consult with Gaius as to our next plan of action. Valdelaine has come bearing vital information. Trace the Ruby weapon's path back to the occupied territory of Wurlit, which appears to be where it was built. Where exactly is Wurlit? My grasp of geography is surprisingly poor. Can you enlighten me? While Alamigo is placed on the western edge of Gimlet, Wurlit lies on the opposite side, to the east. It was once a proud and prosperous city until it was brought to its knees by Imperial invaders. You seem rather well informed. Perhaps I should have taken you with me. I thought that much was common knowledge. It is also where Alphonse and the others were born. Now the weapon project has brought them home. Yes, the place is now rife with Imperials. They have established an airship supply depot in the coastal town of Turncliffe. According to the locals, something resembling one of the weapons was transported there a few days ago. This bodes ill indeed. Were it possible, I would attempt to capture Alphonse and his followers before they can launch an offensive. However, the distance between here and Turncliffe presents a considerable obstacle, and in all likelihood their weapon will be ready long before we arrive. Approaching by sea would allow us to save time by circumventing their ground-based troops, provided we were able to secure a vessel. Or you could use the Enterprise and take the most direct route of all, as the crow flies. In fact, this is the perfect chance to put my top-secret plan into action. And might I ask what that entails? It wouldn't be much of a secret if I told you, now would it? What I can say is there's a starring role planned for you. Yay. Why so surprised? You didn't think I'd let you get off that easily, did you? It'll be here soon, so don't go anywhere. We get to fly something? I see Sid still delights in keeping others in suspense. I can only hope he does not make us wait over long. Duty calls. Commence battle for Sleep Now and Sapphire. If you are above the maximum allowed level, will be synced as follows. Level 80. Proceed. The Enterprise. He built a mech too. I remember that from the trailer. I thought it was something we'd have to fight. Here it is. I present Garland Ironworks' adaptation of the Ultima Warrior, the G-Warrior. I know elegant design when I see it, excavated from one of their ruins, no doubt. As is law, to be precise, we came across it during the course of our investigations and decided it would be a shame to let it go to waste. You will be taking this refitted relic to face the enemy head-on, yes? Perhaps my knowledge of the Ultima weapon will be of use. I'm counting on it as it happens, but first we'll need to perform a test run in the simulator before throwing you into battle. Come, we haven't much time. I'll get a tutorial. I get to pilot it? Ooh. Robots. In the coming battle, you will fight as the G-Warrior. Let's begin the G-Warrior training simulation. I prepared 3 trials to teach you the basics. It's like a PvP menu. First, I want you to try attacking the guidance system. Don't worry, it won't fight back. G-Warrior is armed with a range of weaponry. Now is your chance to learn what it's capable of. See what it does. Okay, what's this? Okay, that's EP. Okay, that must be this, huh? EP, yeah, that's like my magic. Okay. HP drain. Up to 40% of your own HP. Okay, that's a heal. 25 seconds. 1200. Straight line. AoE. Okay. defense. These are stronger, so what's the point of this one if these are stronger? I mean, it looks like it's on the same cooldown. I guess some stuff might only be vulnerable to it. And it's not a dot. Maybe it is. This is a dot. AoE and a dot. Okay. So far, so good. Let's move on to something with a bit more advanced, shall we? Ki Warrior also comes equipped with Pyretic Booster, which diverts even more power to its weapons and increases its speed and maneuverability. This, however, comes at a price. Activating it places a huge strain on the G Warrior, so it must only be used in short bursts. That's why it's best to practice here before heading into battle. Now try activating the Pyretic Booster. You notice that your movement speed is much improved, but as shown on your monitor, the G Warrior becomes more and more structurally unstable as time passes. Press the same button again to deactivate. Auto restoration can mitigate a certain amount of damage incurred, but don't rely on it to carry you through battle. I try using the Pyretic Booster to destroy the target. This time the node will launch wide-reaching attacks in quick succession, but with your increased movement speed, you should have no trouble evading them. Okay, I get it. So this is ranged. Okay, I get it. Sort of. Excellent work. You'd best deactivate the Pyretic Booster while I explain the final trial. Already did that. We've covered offense. Now to look at defense. This is where the Ethereal Aegis should come in handy. Fortunately, you can't keep the barrier up indefinitely, as it will drain the G-Warrior's power reserves. You might even run out of energy for the weapons, so watch out. First, let's try deploying Ethereal Aegis. I'm guessing that's the one it won't let me use. The monitor shows how much power is being drained. Don't let it get too low. That's enough for now. Turn off the barrier using the same button used to deploy it. Okay. For the last trial, we'll use Ethereal Aegis while attempting to destroy the target. I don't have any EP though. Unlike before, there's no way to escape its attacks, so you'll need to weather them using the barrier. I think I got the hang of it. I'm in the simulation. Do we get one of these as a mount? Are you sufficiently prepared? Yes, I'm ready. Some more practice wouldn't go amiss. Yes, I'm ready. And we shall depart for Turncliffe at once. Duty calls. Commence battle for Sleep Now and Sapphire. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Level 80, proceed. Okay, so we get to do mech battle. Seems they were expecting us, but who is the pilot? We're almost there. You'd better have your wits about you. Initiate combat mode. I have control. G Warrior, do the thing. G Warrior, do the thing. Now get ready to strike. Time to fry this overgrown squid. Ah, is it too late to back out? G Warrior, engage. That sounds awfully familiar. Mark 4 anti-icon war machina, the Sapphire weapon. Can't afford to lose. It's all or nothing. Activating Oversoul. Hydra's combat sample ready. Initiating organic core overwrite. No, I can't. Hold on. I will be monitoring the situation from the air. Follow my instructions and eliminate the target. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's avoidable. Where are you? Yeah, let's get over here and get them all in one shot. I'm out of stuff. Am I safe here? Nope. Didn't get them all. I'll run out of energy. Oh no, I didn't think that would kill me. Okay, well, we'll try it again. Yeah. I thought I could survive that. All right, let's see. Seems the savages have been busy. I think if I leave the thing on, it'll just drain all my stuff, huh? Ooh. Hell out of there. He's gonna keep whacking at it. Ultima. And heal. Where'd he go? Just whacking it. Turret. Wish I could zoom out a little more. Oh. Can I kill these things? I can target them. Use the Ultima Buster, okay. Hope I have enough stuff to use it. I missed one. It said to use it on him, but I think I might die if I don't. Okay, we're gonna get away from these guys. They cover a lot of ground. Oh no, I can't get out. Ugh, that hurt. Should have used my shield. Optimize Ultima, Aegis. And we'll heal. Turn that off. And we'll just keep whacking him again. More turrets. Okay. We'll just get rid of them to start then. Okay, where'd he go? He underwater again? Ooh, can I dodge that? Okay. You gotta reapply my dot. Activate. So is that gonna be the guys again? Okay. Are they gonna do Ultima again? Simultaneous activation. Okay. You while failing shall avail you not. Gotta destroy the servants. Ignore the turrets. I am ignoring the turrets. Did a DPS check? Is that what it is? I have some MP. I should use my... I don't think I can block this, so I think it's a DPS check. I'm just supposed to avoid the turrets while I hit it. I just don't know if I can do enough damage to it. Question. Yeah, it looks like I got it. Yay, duty complete. That was fun. The target has been silenced. That damn squid never stood a chance. Now that the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should gather what information we can in Turncliffe. Nice little seaside town. You did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adeptly in so short a time. Well, they gave us a tutorial. With the weapon largely intact, Sid and his researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information. Before it is dismantled, perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. Echo. Rex, we should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorstep and the Sapphire weapon still isn't ready. Even so, it should still be able to fend them off, or at least buy us some time. Not quite how I'd imagined it, but this seems as good a way to die as any. Rex, I... Rykon, why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapons to a safe location. You can take care of that while I pilot the Sapphire weapon. What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put your life on the line. Besides, it's still incomplete. It can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution, Oversoul. You want to end up like Melisandre? No, of course not. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But she didn't give her life in vain. The Ruby weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system to prevent any further malfunctions. What difference does that make? Once Oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with the core, there's no way back. That's why I should be the one to pilot the Sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Alphonse needs you. You and I both know I'm the least qualified pilot we have. There's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you. Please, Rex, hear me out. Ever since we were children, I was the smallest, the weakest, too afraid to stand up for myself, but I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could wish for. You were always there for me, protected me. Now it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapons and get out of here. See this through to the end. Do it for me, for Melisandre, and I'm counting on you, Rex. You always did have a stubborn streak. All right, Recon, I won't let you down. Just promise you'll wait for me on the other side. We'll meet again, brother. You all made me happier than I had any right to be, and now I finally found my purpose. I have no regrets. Come on, Sapphire. We may be far from perfect, but we have a job to do. Let's give Father something to remember us by. The Echo, I presume. What did it reveal to you? Recon, my poor boy, you were braver than most could ever hope to be. It's as we feared. I'm sorry, Gaius. First Melisandre, now Recon. We must find the remaining weapons and end this madness. Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Belsar? I understand the two of you have been acquainted since his days as the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Ascians, but he's still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though it seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. To try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us all believe, or is he merely biding his time before he reveals his true colors? Whatever the answer may be, in the end he will always be a Garlean, and though there may be honorable men and women among them, I have suffered much and more as a result of their conquest. Barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Belsar played no small part. My first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued their march into the lands that had long been home to we Duskwights. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magitech, and even our most powerful magics did little to slow their advance. Fought on the front line, but was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was alone, the rest of my unit slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months, and it seemed they had disappeared without a trace. I finally learned from two Imperials held at Bittermill that the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that would later be known as Black Rose. They were never seen again. For 20 long years I roamed aimlessly with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the Order of the Twin Adder, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was the only thing I had left, so without a moment's hesitation I accepted. Were it not for the war with Garlemald, I would have been loath to work alongside the city-dwelling Gridanians who for so long had treated my kind as outcasts, but none of that mattered anymore. All culminated with Operation Archon. As you led the charge into the Praetorium, we were right behind you, and when the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Balsar on the verge of death. The gods had delivered to me the man whose conquest had robbed me of everything. I was poised, ready to exact my revenge, and then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy, I only ask that you stay your hand a while longer. I cannot die until I have rid the world of the Ascian menace. For millennia, mankind has danced to their tune, but no more. Then, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. Would have struck him down there and then had I not sensed the truth in his words, so I decided to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time I've kept a close eye on Gaius, though he is ever on the watch for pursuers. He has granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so choose, and I still might if he shows even the slightest sign of betraying our agreement. But for now the Ascians are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated, every last one. Though I could not save my kin, there are those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. Unfortunately, dealing with the Ascians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Garlemald's weapon project. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever the Garleans throw at us next. Perhaps Severa can tell us whether the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note. No mounts here, huh? Yeah, mount. This is a nice little area. They use it for anything else? The Ironworks engineers are still at work dismantling the Sapphire weapon and investigating the Turncliffe Magitech facility. Though they have yet to make their report, they may have some news to share at this juncture. Please wait here a moment. We've yet to finish our investigation, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they attempted to destroy anything they couldn't take with them, including many of their research materials. Luckily, some information relating to the Sapphire weapon's combat data was intact. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extracted from Regula Van Hydrus, correct? It also appears that the Sapphire weapon was actually in an incomplete state, and therefore unable to perform at full capacity. Even so, it was immensely powerful. Had they been given the chance to finish it before we'd arrived, who knows how it would have ended. Indeed, we may not be so fortunate next time, so we must prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire weapon and look into possible countermeasures. The Echo afforded you a glimpse into the conversation between Rykon and Rex prior to the weapon's deployment. Do you remember any other details? Improvements were made to the synthetic Aurosite system to prevent malfunctions, then it was never their intent to create manifestation of Nail Van Darnus. There's one thing that was intended. Oversoul. Its activation results in the pilot being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Rex and Recon were fully aware of this, were they not? Then the death of the pilot was by design all along. Alphonse, how could you, sacrificing your own siblings to fuel these accursed war machines? Surely there is no cause worth paying such a price. Aye, nothing is more precious than family. This nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex has fled with the remaining weapons, and we can assume that Alphonse has every intention of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversoul can be activated. I have seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. Then there is no time to waste. Let's be about it, Gaius. Severa, you're in charge here. Keep Sid and his team safe while they carry out the investigation. Understood. Please see that no harm comes to Gaius. While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the Resistance troops. Your first-hand account should prove useful. If there are any developments, we'll be sure to contact you. Keep overshooting it. Welcome back. It sounds like you've been on quite the journey, all the way to Turncliffe. Judging by the fact you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan. What an astonishing account. I wouldn't mind putting that G-Warrior through its paces myself. Certainly a lot more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I imagine. Anyway, as before, I'll compile the information into a report and leave it over there for your perusal. Should you feel so inclined, if we hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Sleep Now in Sapphire, level 80, complete. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's Wurlet headquarters, I have come to deliver my report, Lord Valens. Ah, so you have returned, young Alfred, or was it Alwick? Not that it really matters, of course. I hear that you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the sapphire weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Do tell me it isn't so. I'm afraid that is the case, Lord Valens. Oh, come now, no need to be so sullen. As they say, to err is human, to forgive divine, and you know how forgiving I can be when it suits me. So tell me, whatever your name is, who was able to best the sapphire weapon? Our sources state that the one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Cid Garland and Gaius Van Belsar, my lord. Gaius. Yes, it seems he's been quite the troublemaker of late, defecting from Garlemald, assassinating the Emperor, whatever next. Oh well, there's no use crying over spilt milk. Speaking of which, I've become quite the connoisseur since arriving in Wurlet. This particular variety comes from a rare breed of cow. You know, only 100 of them in existence and pampered every day of their lives. Yes, they are quite valuable until their milk dries up, that is. When it does, they are sent to the slaughterhouse like all the rest. But that is their lot in life. To be discarded once they have served their purpose. Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapons so that you could deliver them to gift wrap to the enemy? I can see it now, Sidnon Garland rubbing his hands with glee at all the technological marvels we've bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius Van Belsar, of all people, get the better of you. How do you think this reflects on me, the legatus of the 7th Legion, humiliated by that traitor? Humiliated, I say. There's only one way to deal with worthless provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You need to be taught a lesson in obedience. Yes, my lord. Forgive my intrusion, Lord Valens, but it's time for your meeting with the head of Magitech Development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping useless soldiers into shape. Yes, I'll be along once I've made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I've let my standards slip, now can I? What are you doing here? You wish to see me, Lord Valens? Did I now? Ah, yes, that's right. So you're Allie, yes? And you joined the military of your own free will along with your fellow orphans. Such devotion, what an inspiration you are. You see, it is my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, to overcome any obstacle. Together we shall discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child, I will show you the way.